Good morning, Flagler County. This is Danielle Anderson, your host of Lifeline, the radio show connecting you to positivity in our community. And we have Miss Positive herself, Denise Garcia, in the studio. Good morning, Denise.
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much for inviting me. This is so much fun.
Oh my gosh. And if you are watching us on Facebook Live or you pop over to our social media, you can see that Denise embodies the floral sector of our community. She's actually the president of the garden club at Palm Coast.
Yep, I certainly am. And I never really thought I would be president, but I was the past 2 years, and then no one took the job. So now I'm year number 3. I'm having a lot of fun, and I did let the club know, guys, I'm not doing this anymore. Someone else has to be president.
You guys have you have a ton of members, though, don't you?
Yeah, we're right now at 101, and we usually grow throughout the year.
That's incredible.
Hmm.
I was just telling you that I'd met somebody new at a committee I was serving on who just retired, and she's like, I was at my first garden club meeting this week. So, I mean, you guys just seem to attract people from everywhere.
We do, we try. And one of the biggest things that we try to do is to tell everyone that they come up to me and say, "Oh, I'm not a gardener." It does not matter. You don't need to be a gardener because we have so much fun. And Club 51 has been excellent in allowing us to have our meetings there. And we have tons of committees.
So what are some of the committees that you guys do have?
Yes, of course. So, I mean, of course, Arbor Day is one of the largest ones, and we do it with the city, and also we do our own. And if you walk around town center, you might see a lot of trees out there. Look closely at the plaques, excuse me. Those are pretty much done by the garden club at Palm Coast. Every year we have a memorial celebration. Also at Linear Park, we
Oh,
have a butterfly garden there. We have 2 to 3 trees right now, and we're working on a bromeliad garden very soon.
oh wow.
But we have the Rangers Guild.
I love that one. That one's so.
They're fun, and it's a great class to go to, and you learn all about arranging. And if you want to become someone who competes, you can do that. We also have awards. This past year, we won the Facebook and the newsletter award from the whole state. So we have an awards chair who makes sure that we fill all those things out. And I can keep going on and on. There's a blue star marker, if you notice, in front of the high school. We take care of that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. One of my goals is at some point is to get a gold star also, and you put that over at the memorial.
Wow.
And just to jump around, another great one is our junior garden club.
Tell me about that. I didn't know you guys had that. Okay, so I only knew about the Propagation Guild and the Rangers Guild, and
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can give you this and you can ask me a question from any of those positions, but we love our junior garden club. And right now we are setting up our Belterre Garden Club, and we have 3 other schools that are waiting for us. So we're trying to get enough volunteers. The other thing that we're going to be starting is an actual event at Club 51, so grandparents or parents can bring their children on Monday afternoons and do some type of a gardening activity. So that's
Oh,
something new that's going
wow.
to take place this year.
See, you guys are always coming up with these really great events and great things. Like, I think it was you. Yeah, I'm sure it was you guys. It was at Old Kings Elementary, and you were working, I think, with the greenhouse or
Yep.
doing something. It was a few years ago.
It was a few years ago, and we have a new kindergarten teacher there that actually wants to work with us. I have to make the plan to get out there and speak with the principal, excuse me, but as soon as I can, because that's one of my goals that I told the club that when I'm done with this year of presidency, I want to be the local schools representative
Oh,
and
nice.
go around and show them everything that we do and everything that the Federation does. Because a lot of people forget to look at that. So if you look at the Federation's website, there are scholarships for the kids. There are things to do out there that you can become involved in. So it's really wonderful to be able to be part of that community.
That's incredible because you normally just hear about Kiwanis or the Rotary or Junior ROTC as like a scholarship based kind of opportunity, but there's all this opportunity for gardening.
Oh, yeah, because you have the Florida Federation, which is here, one of the largest federations, and we also are we're the only state that has an actual summer camp, and it's Wakaiva, that our people go there and they volunteer, and it got national awards on one of the magazines. So it's a top-rated summer camp. Then you have the district, which is all the southern states, and
Okay.
then you have the whole United States. So you have a lot of different levels of presidents that help things that we can do to share with our community.
So, is there a garden club in every county or every city in Florida?
There's there's a lot, and I was going to bring our what we call our family tree. And what we are here is we are District 6. District 6 has garden clubs in Volusia, Brevard, and Flagler County. We are the only club in Flagler County. The other ones have about, I don't know, I would say 5 to 10, maybe 20, because we have a lot of clubs that are part of our
Wow.
district.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But Flagler's kind of small, and it seems like your group is extremely tight knit.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of like overlap. And then how does that go, or how do you guys complement with the master gardeners at the extension office?
Oh, we love the master gardeners because many of us are master gardeners. So when I first moved here, I became a master gardener. So I did my 2 years of service, and then I got busy. But our master gardeners work with us, and also a lot of our gardeners also are members of the Bromeliad Society.
Ooh, tell me
So
about them.
they go there. They meet. I believe it's. I don't want to say anything wrong, so I'll let them one day come up and talk about it. But there is a nice large group of our members that also are part of the Bromeliad Society.
I got one bromeliad one time, and it was at your spring festival,
Yep.
and it was pink, and I took it home, and somebody was like, "Oh, they only bloom once, and then they die," and then it looked like it was blooming some more.
Oh, it does because it blooms, but then the pups are on the bottom. So it really never dies. It's just the mother dies and the
Yeah.
babies keep going. That's a terrible thing to say. Sorry.
No, that's really cool though, because you think, "Oh, it's done, and it's not going to do anything else," and then it starts to do more things, and you're like, "Oh, that's kind of cool."
Oh, yes. And one of the other things that is so really cool for this year, and I wish that she would have been able to make it, but one of our vice presidents, her name is Kenitha, and she has the best lineup for speakers this year. And one of our speakers is going to be from EFG Orchids. So a lot of people always say, "Oh, my orchid dies." No, it does not die. It continues. So we try to bring different speakers to inform
Every single month you have a new speaker.
every single month.
What does it cost to get involved?
The membership fee is $50 and $65 for couples, and that's for the year.
Wow.
And then all we ask is that they buy lunch at the meetings to help to pay for the rental.
And that's over at Club 51, which
And
is
the food is great.
got good food, and they have an open bar. No, that's amazing. I mean, and look at all these different clubs. If you guys are looking here on social media, you can see. I mean, this is a full list right here. It's pretty amazing.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness. So, Christmas tree. I'm assuming that's the awesome festival of trees.
That's the library, yes. The Andrea has been taking care of that for years. It's just a beautiful tree that she puts together every year with that team.
And plant a tree. What's that? Is that
Plant a tree is something new. It used to be called penny pines, but the National Forestry Department decided to change the name. So we collect money, and then every time there's $68 or more, we send it to them, and then they plant an acre or so of pine trees.
that's really cool.
Mhm.
Okay, so I could do like a whole entire year of featuring you guys and talk about every single program.
Yep.
That is so good. So I know it's a labor of love for you, the Spring Festival. You've been doing it for what?
12 years.
12 years.
12
Talk
years,
about,
and
how did you end up with it?
It's a funny story because my very, very first day that I went to my first garden club meeting here in Palm Coast, they said, "We need somebody to run the festival," because they had been running it a few years and they had stopped. So I said, "Okay, that's me." I had done that already in schools and so on. So it was like, perfect, I'll take it over. And we've grown from many locations. As you know, now we're at the high school, which is a beautiful location for us.
And it is so well organized, and it's so it's interesting because it actually focuses on what you would think it's supposed to focus on. It's not like a jumble of junk. It's how do you vet who comes?
The way we do it is that in our advertisement to our vendors, and we have vendors that come every year, and they're probably going to be starting already to email me, but we always call it needs to be garden and nature related. So everybody pretty much either does everything by hand, grows the plants or whatever it is that they want to sell, but it's garden and nature related.
It's amazing. It's always so beautifully well, and it's very organized, very neat. But also, you guys have the propagation guild there, and you can find an amazing array of plants.
Yeah, not only from the Propagation Guild, but also from all of our vendors that we have outdoors that come from around the state to sell plants.
That's where I got my bromelad, and I was like, oh, I'm actually going to take one home this year. But talk about the propagation guild and what goes into doing that, because people may not understand that they can even do that at home.
Oh yes, all of the guild members propagate the plants themselves at home. We have some master gardeners that are amazing. African violets. Oh goodness gracious! This gentleman, he made them. He grew these violets from seed, and so what they do is they meet once a month. We have a new leader now. Her name is Sharon. Miss Jane Villalobos decided to retire. Yes, I'm putting your name out there, Miss Jane.
Oh, she was amazing. I didn't know she retired.
But she is now the vice president over at the St. John's Botanical Garden. So we still have a connection. She's around, but we still have a connection with the garden also. And so they meet once a month. We meet at people's homes. We tour the gardens, and then they just start growing. And every month at our club meetings, we also have a small plant sale. So people can always stop by and purchase a plant. They don't have to be a member.
Oh, I didn't know that was part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really fascinating because you get to meet people from all sectors of the community. It's such a fascinating cross section of people
Mm-hmm.
who turn out like rocket scientists, and the person who runs your local grocery store and all that, and they're all here like, yeah, we grow orchids together, and you're like, wow.
I know,
It's so
I know.
cool.
And for me also with the Propagation Guild, it's so fun to have the meetings in people's homes and to see those gorgeous gardens, which is one of the other things that we do is we have our selection of the month. And we have a wonderful team that goes out and visiting all of Palm Coast, finding a selection of the month. And you can always find that again on our website and in the Observer.
Do they nominate those, or do you guys have to scout them out?
Sometimes they get nominated, but most of the time the ladies that are running it, and there might be a gentleman in there now too, excuse me, are the ones driving all over town looking.
That is so cool. So if you guys are really into like plants and things like that, be sure to send them like an email. Is there an email address to nominate?
Yeah. Yes, the email is info at the @ garden club at, which is at, palmcoast.org. So info at garden club at palmcoast.org.
That is. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to talk about why she's really here. The super big anniversary coming right up. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Sorry, Mark. Can you fix that? Okay. Oh my gosh. That's like.
Make sure and turn mine off.
I never have my ringer on, ever. Okay, so we're back. All right. So we are back with Denise Garcia, and we are going to talk about this big milestone surprise thing that's coming up. Tell us about it.
Yes, so the Garden Club has been around since 1975, so it is our 50th anniversary. And the wonderful thing about this anniversary is that we're also the last stop for the Federation, which is the Florida Federation of Garden Club officers. So we're combining the trip together. So they'll be coming and they'll be speaking, and people can meet these women from all over areas, and then all the clubs in our district are invited. And then, of course, our club members and dignitaries and other people. And it's just to show off what the Garden Club has been doing all these years.
It's amazing to reach a milestone like that, because Palm Coast itself is it still feels like it's so new. To have an organization. Is this the longest running organization? Do you know?
Oh, no, we're a baby.
You're a baby?
We're a baby. I mean, we've got like the club in Jacksonville, Florida. They've been around for over 100 years.
Wow.
The Florida Federation, 2 years ago, we had the anniversary of 100 years. You've got Coral Gables, you've got the Miami clubs, you've got clubs in every area, and I don't want anybody that listens to this to get upset if I didn't say your club area, but we are all over the place, and everybody just loves what they do.
It's really incredible. How did you get into all this?
It's a very, very funny story. We were living in Massachusetts at the time, and I sat next to a lady who ended up being a high end designer with garden clubs. And I said, wait a minute. I owned a flower shop in Miami, and I never heard about a garden club. And then when she explained it to me, I joined that club while we lived in Massachusetts for 4 years. And that's when I started learning about competing at different type of flower competitions and doing other things. And I got to compete at the Boston convention about, the big Boston flower show,
Wow.
won best in show for the first time.
Did you really?
Yeah, and my blue ribbon is up at the house. But after that, I just got busy in organizing events and organizing things, and that's how I learned about the garden club. So as soon as we knew that we were getting transferred again, the first thing I did is find the nearest club.
That is so cool. That's where your passion, your heart just takes you right to it.
Hmm.
So this luncheon, is it open to the public?
It will be on our Facebook.
Okay.
It will be it'll be on our website. We do have invitations going out, but we will never deny anybody who would like to come to our luncheon. Especially, it's going to be at the Hammock Dunes Country Club,
Mhm.
and their food and their just the location is to die for. So if you ever wanted to go there, that's the best idea to say yes. Join us, please.
That's amazing. So, when we talk about this, are you honoring anybody during this event? Or is it
No,
just kind of like a look back?
it's a look back. It's a look back of the past, and we do have. I'm working on a presentation to honor our past presidents. So we're going to do our best to make sure that everybody gets to see that. There'll be a table showing what we've done, but pretty much it's just to have fun and to meet these new executive board, which I think is interesting for people to see that there's other people in the area that work hard to make sure the garden club succeeds.
So, we're talking about native Florida plants and people who we have a lot of folks who come from up north or from out west and they don't really know how to get started. Is that something that you guys teach?
Oh yes, of course. That's why we have a speaker every time, and it can be somebody different, or we can assign you someone. We have people that call us and say, "Hey, I have plants at my house. You want to come? Want to see what we can do with them?" And like I said, a lot of times people will say, "Oh, well, I don't really garden," or "I don't know." It's like, don't worry about it. Come and just listen to one of our speakers, which we do put in the calendar, also in the newspaper, and it's also on our website so people are aware.
So you can plan ahead and come check it out.
Exactly.
So, why do you think it's so vital? I mean, we're talking about young kids gardening, and a lot of these older, I don't want to say hobbies, but it could be a hobby. They're kind of like lost art. Our younger kids don't know about that. They're on their games, they're inside. Outside is not as much anymore. How do we get them back outside and interested in this stuff?
We need volunteers to help us in the schools. The more that we get to come out to help us bring in more junior garden clubs is the way that we're going to do this. The first time we started our junior garden club at Old Kings,
Hmm.
the children, all they wanted to do was get dirty. They were so happy to get dirty. They were so happy to put their hands in the dirt. And that's our goal. And also, what I wanted to share is that our new president for the Florida Federation, her name is Christy Linky, her 2-year goal is sharing our knowledge, planting the seeds of tomorrow.
How perfect is
So
that?
everything is about children. And that's why we're working so hard to make sure that we follow what she has been, what she decided to be her theme.
The city of Palm Coast actually has a couple of boxes over at the Southern Rec Center that are for community gardens. Do you ever run across anybody who says, "Hey, I've got some land. I'd love to start a big community garden and get more kids involved"?
Not yet, but who knows? Somebody might come out there and let us know, because I believe in the past, the Master Gardeners had a community garden across the street from the Bunnell Elementary School. And we do have some of our gardeners that have boxes over there also. So the more the merrier, to get people out there gardening and not being worried about what they plant. We're
Yes,
going to help you.
especially if it's a native plant. They're so easy to take care of, right?
Oh, exactly, because they're native.
What would it cost if we were just saying a ballpark? a parent wanted to get started and put a little garden in their yard for their kid?
Oh, they can start with just one small pot. We're going to have a class coming up that we're going to be learning how to make fairy gardens. So there's a great way to get a child outside, just playing with their own little space and being able to plant things. There's so much opportunity out there. Seeds, the little tiny plants that you get at one of the stores, anything like that. Another one of our great partners is Hammock Gardens.
Oh,
She does summer camp,
oh, she
and
does.
we support those students that go there in the summer, and they have a ball. It's a wonderful time.
Oh, I didn't know anything about that.
Hmm.
So, I mean, definitely. What is your website?
Our website is basically gcpc.org.
GCPC.org or .com? .org. So, if you guys are, interested, this all sounds like really fun, or you just want to check it out. Like, check it out, GP.
GCPC. We got a Facebook page. We have Instagram. You can find us just by putting probably Garden Club in.
Garden
Or
Club.
you can always put my name because it's always out there.
Denise Garcia. So, if people want to get tickets, are the tickets available on your website as well?
They will be on our website probably by the end of this week.
Okay, that's great. So, what other news do you want people to know about?
I guess the most important thing is come out and have fun. And don't hesitate to stop by at our meetings. They're the second Monday of the month. We run from September through May. The doors are open at Club 51, believe it or not, at 11. People start showing up to eat lunch, to shop, to have some fun. And then the meeting starts at 1 o'clock sharp. And I do my best to finish it by 2:30.
Oh, that's great. And if you don't know anybody, at least you now know Denise. Awesome. So, what's the date of that event coming up?
October 24th,
Okay, October 24th at Hammock Dunes Club. And tickets are?
$45. And the meal is amazing.
That's a really good price.
Yeah, and we have some of our favorite vendors will be there also. So you'll be able to do a little shopping.
Oh my gosh, this sounds like a great time. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. We loved it. Everything you guys do is just so amazing. And I'm just such a fan of the Garden Club. So I'm really excited to have you guys talking about your anniversary.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we do want to thank WNZF News Radio, Flagler News Weekly, the Vigilante Philanthropists, Massage by Natalie and Company, and also our Benjamin Moore Paint Store right here in Palm Coast for sponsoring our show. And give us that website one more time.
gcpc.org.
All right, that's where you